Hey everybody, it is nostalgia time once again. And so many of you may be familiar with a company called Sharp. They're known for TVs and other electronics. But I don't think any of you know that they did make computers. Well, that's actually what they did. So in this episode, we're actually going to be taking a look at the OEM install of the Sharp 4980R. And right away, we have some options. So it says format the entire hard disk and create a new partition. Delete both the C and D drive. It'll format both drives, then restore the contents. Formats the C drive and will restore the contents of the hard disk. We're going to restore the C drive. This is the warning that everything will be restored. Yes, want to continue. And they used a program called Easy Restore 5.0. This is version 5. So now it says reinstallation is now proceeding. The computer will reboot automatically when it is complete. So I can see it's already right now at 6%. And there's the time clock at the bottom. So we'll let this go and we'll see what the OEM looks like. So the restore is complete, and now we're loading into the professional edition of Windows XP. So this is either RTM or Service Pack 1 because it mentions XP Professional on the boot screen with the blue loading bar, like we saw with all those E-machines several episodes ago. Many of them had RTM or Service Pack 1 of XP Home Edition, in which case the loading bar is green. When Service Pack 2 of XP was released in 2004-2005, the edition labeling was entirely removed from the boot screen, which meant that now all editions of XP will just say XP, in which case doesn't mention any edition specifically, including Media Center and Tablet PC. So, right away I can see there is no intro video, like we saw with one of the e-machines, and it says, "Thank you for purchasing this computer from Sharp Corporation, featuring XP. Let's set up this machine." So these are correct settings. We're in the Central Time Zone. This is the agreement for XP Professional, either RTM or Service Pack 1. We'll skip the computer name as usual. And since this is the Professional edition of XP, we get extra options of passwords. This will not be a domain network. We will not register with Microsoft. Now we put in our user account. And that's it. It's all ready to go, so we'll hit finish. And then we will load into the Windows desktop after one more reboot. Alrighty, here we are at the desktop, and I see a connection has already been set for us. It's using the AMD driver that's already implemented into this copy of Windows. So, we can see that there is this Actus AV background that's been set for us. And let's see what else it's got. I think that's the only custom background it comes with, although it also has this broadband wallpaper. So let's take a look at that one. So it just has the same logo except as a different design. And the rest are just the typical XP wallpapers, and here's the standard one for XP Professional with the Windows flag. Let's set it back to this one here. And now we'll take a look at the programs that it came with when this was new. So it's also got Microsoft Interactive Training, which is interesting. I think very few computer manufacturers actually included interactive training programs for XP Professional, along with various other Microsoft products, such as Microsoft Works, like we saw in those e-machines. And now if we look at the system properties, this is XP Professional Service Pack 1, manufactured by Sharp Corporation. And yep, it's detecting the host specs. And I actually did install, and I actually did find a copy of the interactive training program of XP Professional. And I actually do have it now on a standard retail copy of XP Professional. And I actually do have that now on a standard retail copy. I just had to install its components first in order for it to work, and now it properly functions. But let's take a look elsewhere and see what it's got. It's got drag and drop CD DVD, which I suppose is a file copy tool to a DVD video disc. Like, I suppose you choose which one you want to back up, and it'll ask you to put in a blank disc. So it's got Intervideo Win DVD 4, and this just looks like the standard one, because I don't see any Sharp branding on it anywhere. We also have the Sharp Network Setup utility. So here you get to choose which choose locations of where you're at, and it'll configure the network. And it'll configure the network for you, which is interesting. It's got Acrobat Reader 5.1 from 2002. And in the startup folder, there's nothing. It's also got Norton Antivirus, and that network utility on the desktop does the same thing. So, And I see it's got MSN Explorer on the desktop too, which I haven't noticed that in XP Home. So yeah, it just does what it's intended to do. There we go. So it doesn't come with any special screensavers. It just has the typical ones you'd find in Windows XP. So yeah, that's really all there is to it. So that is it then. That is a look at the Sharp 4980R laptop computer from the year 2002, 2003. So yeah, that's it then. That is a look at the OEM install of the Sharp 4980R laptop computer from 2002. And so in our next episode, we're going to be continuing our look at Acer models. However, there is actually one more thing I want to show before we get to that. And we'll do that next time. So, until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.